What's up, everybody? We are back on Feed the Beast on Extracraft. Today we got some cool things planned. Glad you all enjoyed the episode the other day. Well, we just chilled out and had a few things to talk about and done some crazy stuff. So, killed the Wither. So we're doing alright on the server. Settled in nicely. Things are going well. Tanks is a cool guy. He is actually online at the moment. He has been hanging out with me on Skype. We've been chatting, talking some crazy things about Botania and things like that, which I'm going to get into today. So I've done a little bit of Botania, done a little bits and bobs, but we're going to start from scratch anyways. I just done a quick little overview on it when I was having a look into it, because I didn't want to do some things and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, get it. Because some of these mods are really, really in-depth, and Botania is one of them, but it's really, really fun. So, we got the Lexica Botania, and that's pretty straightforward. We're going to get into the hard kind of stuff, because we did actually kill the Ender Dragon, actually. Turns out that getting everybody together to do it at one time, because the time swans was a bit hard, so we went and killed him, so we can jump into Draconia. And we'll probably do that off camera, because you've already seen his craft that you don't really need to see. So I thought Botania will be something which we've never jumped into. And it's a really fun mod. So Botania. So Botania basically is a mod where you deal with flowers. I believe you become a flower child. Now, we've got the Lexia Botania. It's just basically one school of knowledge. Minecraftian knowledge. So it's pretty straightforward to do. All you need is a bit of wood and a sapling, and that makes the book, the Lexia Botania, which I cannot see for the love of God, because it's so many things in Botania, as you can see already. There's so many things. So there's two different Botanias down there for some strange reason. But this is the one we made anyways. It was a book, sorry, and a sapling, and that makes the Lexian. So we're going to jump straight into it today. We're going to get some things done. We're going to come into here. Dude like so, dude like so. So we're going to open up. Anyways, this is the Lexian Botania. It's 117th edition, table of contents, and there is absolutely loads to it. So we're going to have a look at the basic mechanics. So you've got the tutorial of the basics, which tells you how to start the tutorial. And it tells you to go into here, so you can go into the basics. And it shows you, it's meant to show you red lines. I can't see any red lines. That might just be me in general. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go over the basics anyway. So you've got mystical flowers, which 16 of them, we've collected them. You've got a petal apothecary, pure daisies, runic altars, wonder fortress and all that good stuff. Now, I've done a little bit of reading, so I'm not going to bore you too much of reading. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to do it. So let's get some stone, because I believe you need quite a bit of stone as well for this. Use stone, no, you're andesite. So we've got 22 stone here. We've got stone in other places as well, which isn't too bad, because everything's a mess right now. So probably going to do some of the crazy stuff off camera, such as like the boring stuff from Applied Energistics. We're going to get that off camera. We get that all done. So we've got a draconic chest as well, which is pretty damn cool. So we're just going to chuck these things in here, and that's going to make some stone power. Everything's fun in games and everything's good. So let's go over here. So we did have a little bit of an issue yesterday in relation to the lag, so things have started balancing itself out. So just on that, in case it needs a restart or anything like that, for now I have the power just to quickly do that. Well, don't really have too much power, but that's why you saw the world save. It's because we'll be able to do it. So right, what we need to do is make a petal apothecary. This is the first step. Further and foremost, you always need water in it. So the petal apothecary basically is a straightforward. All you do is basically fill it with a water bucket. But what's the recipe for it? There we go. So you need one petal, cobblestone slabs. So it's cobblestone slabs and not stone. The stone is from upstairs actually. So there, we're off to a good start already. Right, quickly, don't burn it all yet. Just nick some of this back out. Yeah, we could take that. Right, draconic chests are awesome. They are so much fun. Quite expensive to make, but they're really good to get straight off. Okay, so first things first, crafting table. We're gonna need some slabs. Right, let's get 6 slabs. Thank you. So what we want to make is the apothecary. It should be a recipe in here, just to show us, because I believe the NEI now has the recipes all set up. And I still can't see it. I need to go to Specsavers or something. Getting blind. I'm getting blind with my age. So there it is, right at the top. So the petal apothecary, this is what we want to make. It was basically cobblestone at the bottom, 2 in the corner, and a petal in the middle. And that's pretty straightforward. So you can use any petal. We've got the different flowers from the Botania. There is 16. There's black flowers, brown flowers, magenta, blue flowers. It goes quite in depth. I'm not going to bore you with all that. We're going to need the white petals anyway. So basically what we do is get the flower, put the flower in, take the flower out, and you get the petals. It's easy as cheese. If cheese was easy. So we're going to put them in. We'll put them in like this. Yes. So this and this and this and this. That gives us the petal apothecary. Awesome. Good times. Awesome times. You all with me? Awesome. So I hope you're all having a good day as well. It is a fantastic day. I'm really happy to be doing this. So let's put them in there. What we're going to need is we're going to need a bucket. Let's get the bucket like so. I'm going to fill this up. And this is just the basics we're going to cover. I only know the basics at the moment. We're going to jump into some crazy stuff further down the line. So fill it up with water. It's always good to have a 4x4, like infinite source. Well, 2x... Is it 2? 2x2, yes. 4x4. That'd be huge. I don't know where I got that from. Infinite water source next by. You can use that. You can use a reservoir from Ender.io. So we have this here. Now, what we got to do in the book of Lexia, our next step is basically to make pure daisies. Now, pure daisies, let's read it. The pure daisy is not only most basic, but almost the most important flower of the botanists can have. Damn right it is. The flower will purify any adjacent wood and stone blocks, as seen on the next page. So what we got to do is we've got to put a daisy in the middle and surround it by wood or stone. Give it a minute and it will turn into living wood, which we can then make the living wood twigs out of. And this is the recipe. Now the recipe looks a bit crazy at first. I looked at it, I was like, well, what's it want us to do? And all it's basically saying is, to make a pure daisy, you've got to put 4 petals inside this, in the petal apothecary. So what we've got to do is, the best way to do it I found is, if you just stand in front of it, just press E and just 1, 2, 3, 4, just chuck 4 into there. That'll suck them in, and as you can see, ta-da! Get this nice little shininess coming off it, nice little particle effect, and you have the petals floating around. Now to make this a thing, you basically, we haven't got any on us, you basically chuck a seed in, and the seed will fertilize it. So let's just see if we can get some seeds. Let's just smash all these up for now. I can replace them. It's just for style anyways, really fair. Alright, sheep, alright. I did have you nice and quiet, but you decided you didn't want to be quiet. But we'll come back and we'll do that later. It's not an importance at the moment, but we can take this. So, we're going to probably do a little bit of it up there, because that's what I've been working on. So all you got to do is now, it's just if we take a seed and just put it in, and you'll hear that nice sound, and you'll get a pure daisy. So there we go. What colour do you want me to be? So this is the pure daisy. So this is what we're going to make some of our woods and stuff with, which we'll use for crafting. And all you do is, this is what, I've got these already prepared. So this is the living wood, and that you can use with any wood around it. And this is the stone, and that makes the living rock. So all you do, and we'll do the living rock on camera. Take some stone. We'll just put some stone around it like so, and we wait a minute. Now I don't know if these despawn. I think they just stay there. But we'll wait, you'll see all this nice little particle effects coming off, and you can do this as well. There's probably ways to automate it as well. And let's just, well, while that's doing that, we'll just take you out. I don't know why Minecraft does it. It kind of jerks about sometimes. Let's just take out you. Alright, so we've got this. Let's just suck them up. That isn't an Enderman, by the way. That is the mysterious magnet. I believe that's what it's called. And that is an awesome device. Pretty crazy to make. It's pretty cool to have, though. Are you going to do it yet? You're going to do your thing? Because it's got this nice little animation. Hopefully it'll do its thing. While that's doing that, we'll just place some more down. We'll stockpile it a bit. You can never have too much. Are you going to do a thing yet? You going to do a thing? Go on. Do it. Watch, I guarantee we'll move away and it'll do it. Ready? Keep an eye on it. Nope, maybe it's not. So it does take about a minute. A minute at least. There it goes. Look at that. How cool is that? That is awesome. I really like that. So anyways, that's how you make it. So, enough derping on that. Let's quickly just... This is going to go crazy. Now we've got a floating beehive, but not to worry. We'll sort that out afterwards. Right, so we just got some wood. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself a bit of this when you get started. And the reason you've got to get this is because you need to be able to start producing mana as quick as possible, and you want to try to upgrade that mana as well, as far as I'm aware. Now, I'm new to Botania. I've never used it before. I've seen a bit of it. And I was like, oh, that's such a cool concept. Magic and cool-ass items. Using nature. That's pretty cool. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like a flower child or a worshipper or anything like that, but I thought that was a really good thing. So, What we want to do next, we need to go into the mana side of things. So let's just come down here in case we need the apothecary. So we're going to right click. I'm going to go back. So we want to get a runic altar. So runic creation is rather important, complex, in the advancement of botanical magics. First and foremost, though, this type of crafting requires a decent knowledge of mana manipulation before proceeding further. A read through the important entries, those in italics, on the section of Botania might improve enlightenment. So basically what it's saying is, before we go into the runes and all that cool and crazy stuff, basically jump to mana. And as you can see there, we need to know how to make the first top 3. So we need to make a mana pool. So mana pool is, to simply put it, storage of mana. Mana can be used by inserting, by use mana spreaded, and all that crazy stuff. So, not reading that, it's too much to read. So basically all we gotta do is to make a mana pool. We just basically, and that makes a diluted one, and we can upgrade that as well. We make it like so. And then what we can do is, once we got enough mana in it, we can douche. And do lots of crazy stuff. So, it's just using living rock. So we've got a crafting table here. Like so. That makes one of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one, because we want to upgrade this as fast as possible. So we're going to get one of these and one of these. So we're doing some good progress. We are doing some good progress. And where we're going to put the mana pool? Well, let's just put a mana pool here for now. There we go. As you can see, we've got a little icon as well, saying at the moment there's not enough mana there for me to put on another diluted mana pool to make another mana pool. So it goes diluted, mana, and I think there's another one after that. So we can't do that yet. But we do want to get us some twigs. So let's make 3 of these. Because we want to be able to make... Let's go back. Back again. We want to be able to make basics. Let's have a look. Wand of the Forest. So the general multi-use tool for botanists is the Wand of the Forest. This one made by effectively stripping a pair of mystical petals, strapping a pair of mystical flowers, sorry, of any colour to 11 twigs. Sounds pretty straightforward. So that's all we've got to do. 3 in the craft table, 1 layer. Boom. So what I'm going to do is, because we're working up here, and it would be advised to do so, I'm just going to quickly make a crafting table. Let's just put that in there. We can get that like so. Because we will get full up of stuff. So we're just going to quickly come here. I'm going to make a twig. So, like so. Now we're going to make it out of white petals because it looks really cool. White. Nice and tidy. And this is what I got. So now as you can see, it says diluted mana pool, accepting mana from items. So if we shift and right click, we could spare in mana to items, accepting. So we wanted to accept mana from items at the moment. Now, to get mana in the game, you've got to have a thing called, well, it's basically, we've got to make generating flora. Now, the first and most easiest one to make at the moment, I believe, is the Day Bloom. The Day Bloom is the most basic and rudimental generating flower. Simply put it, and basically what happens, you put it down, and when it's daytime, it generates light. So this is the good arrangement. You don't want them touching, because then they start kind of interacting with the cells. But we need 2 yellow petals, a mystical light blue petal, a mystical yellow, and an orange. So that's not too bad. So we're just going to quickly turn these in. A mystical... Is it a mystical blue? Was it a mystical blue? Yes. Mystical blue flower. And we need a mystical yellow flower. And a mystical orange flower. So we're going to take these. Look at us, we're proper doing it. So we're going to take these, we're going to turn these into petals. Might as well turn a lot of these into petals for now. Because I don't think we have any purpose with them in the like original form. I don't think so. So we're going to take this. We are going to need, I believe it is the apothecary. So we might as well bring this upstairs as well, to be fair. We will move it, but for now we're going to use it down here. So, oh, it's light blue. So it's a light blue ones it wants. Well, that's not a problem, because we'll just go into our little bag. We got light blue here. Let's just take you out. Put you into here. Now, it's very in-depth. It is very in-depth. I hope he's all kind of following still. I'm kind of... Well, I'm not lost. I'm just a bit confused. Right, so... We want... Now, it's got to be a correct. So, we're going to want to put one in there. Where did that go to? Oh, it planted it into there. So... One of them in. We're going to want an orange petal. And we want 2 mystical yellow ones. Like so. And what we got to drop in a seed. Boom. And that gives us a Day Bloom. So now we have a Day Bloom, which is pretty cool. So let's just put that here. Let's make another day bloom as well. Yeah, let's get that petal back. Thank you. Pull it out the ground. Congrats. Thank you. So what we want to do now is do the same again, so we can get 2 of these going. So we'll get a bit of. Let's put you in there. 2 of these. 1, 2. 1 of them in. And let's chuck a seed in as well. Boom. So there we go. We got 2 of these awesome day blooms. So what we want to do is we want to put them next to this mana pool. I think maybe it would be a good idea to put, let's say, 1 there and 1 there. So if we get our, there we go, unknown state. So if we right click it, as you can see now, it's starting to fill up the bar, surely and slowly. And what that's doing is that's kind of, it's meant to be putting it into there, but it doesn't put it in straight away, because what we got to do is we've got to get another item. So the next item we've got to get is going to be a mana spreader. Now the mana spreader is what puts the mana, I believe, in there. So the mana spreader is the most important component of the manipulated mana. This is the block that allows mana to travel from point A to B. When the block is placed on the ground, it'll face one of the 6 basic directions. By holding shift and right clicking on the wand on the forest, one can orientate it and basically position it to the mana pool. So there's the mana pool. And what we could do is we could turn it, so the mana spreader, so there we go. So what we want to do is we want to get one of them crafted. So we can have a look at the NEI for that. And we want to get a mana spreader. That's what it's called. So there's the mana spreader. So that is bit of gold, a flower, and we basically have to have 6 of the living wood. Now we could do that. We've got that covered, hopefully. If we haven't, I'll cry. But we've definitely got the living wood. So let's just drop into here. Let's go and get some gold. Now we should have some gold. Yeah, I've got some gold. Let's just put some gold in there. We got a crafting table here, so what we can do is we can do it like this. And we got a mana spreader. Awesome. So that wand is basically a multi-tool purpose for everything. The wand of the forest. So what we got to do is we've got to place that down, the wand of the forest. Have a look, right? As you can see, there it goes. Zoop, 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 zoop. It is doing that. So that's, and we could, oh, we can actually link it, maybe. Yeah. So there you go. It's linked. So what that's going to do is this is going to start filling these in, but we need to link the flowers to it, which is a bit crazy, but that's all cool there. That's doing what it needs to do. So my wand at the moment is in bind mode. I believe there's a way to change in that. Function mode. So we want it in function mode anyhow. So we want the day blooms to go into the mana spreader. So I believe all we got to do now is just right click them. Right click them on there. And as you can see, surely, I'm sure it's starting to put mana in. Surely and slowly. Is it? Sparing mana to items. Accepting mana from items. So that's what we want to do. We want to accept mana from items. So we want this to suck all the mana out of flowers and put it in there. Well, it's night time at the moment, so it's not going to be sucking any. That's why these are both blanked off completely. But let's have another read. Let's go further into it. Let's just have a look. So, if the target of the spreader of the block can contain a mana, it isn't full. So the spreader only fires a burst once. So it does a mana burst. So, applying a redstone signal to the spreader will have it cease the function. Okay, no problem. So, the mana spreader has a small internal buffer of mana, which will get filled by nearby generating flowers. This buffer can be viewed by looking at the spreader with the magical wand, as demonstrated. Note that the block needs to be right-clicked with a wand to get accurate and adequate values. Holding the wand of the forest displays a beam which shows where the spreader is pointing at. Hovering over it shows the target. So, this is all set up. This is just going to fire straight at this pool. And it's going to fill the pool up eventually. Hopefully, surely. But these are really, really slow. It is extremely slow. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a little bit of work off camera for next episode. And get this all kind of a lot faster. Make some more flowers because we want to be able to make nightshade ones. Because obviously they work in the night. At the moment, this only works a day, so it's going to take absolutely ages to get it done, but we can do some loads of crazy and cool stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Botania, pretty much on the Feed the Beast Extracraft server. So I've got a lot to learn. It is very, very in-depth, but we're going to do a lot of the grindy stuff and get it out, and so I can give you a progress update for next episode. So until then, have fun, have a lovely day, evening, night, depends which part of the country you're in. Until then, I will see you all later, because I am off these. I'm gone.
Begins again.